Good morning, you're Adam Moe? Okay, so we're here because Mr. Moe is on probation
Yes.
I did a different type thing where Mr. Moe went and did some time on some of his cases
That's correct.
in prison, got out and is now on probation. Apparently, there are some potential issues with regard to where he's living that weren't issues with parole, but are issues with probation. Is that correct?
It sounds like they may be issues with probation.
Okay.
That's kind of why our original emergency motion had a strange title, because we didn't know what else to call this.
Sure.
Other than in an effort to make sure that he is doing everything correctly. I think our mission on that was, let's get in front of the court and make sure this is being done correctly.
So what's the issue, potentially?
Adam's parents, Jody and Chris Moe, who the court may remember, and they're present again today, while Adam was incarcerated, went to a number of links with the folks from parole to make sure that any home that Adam was going to live in upon his release and beginning the out of prison portion of probation and parole, because he's on parole too.
Correct.
That their home where he was going to live was in compliance.
Right. Parole's approved it.
Parole has approved it.
So where are we?
If the court doesn't mind, I'd rather not say the address.
No, I don't need that. I just need to know what the issue is with probation.
The issue is we are at 574 feet from a church that has a playground attached to it. And I don't want to speak for probation at all, but condition, I think it's 33. It isn't vague, but it's neither inclusive nor exhaustive. So I don't know exactly what the conversation was that probation had with Adam the day that he reported immediately upon his release from prison a couple weeks ago. And I don't believe that the conversation was, hey, you can't live there. It was, this is kind of an issue. So our position is a lot of effort was made.
So what's the issue?
Excuse me. So his condition number 33 says that he's not to be within 1,000 feet of places where children call or gather.
Right.
So it's not limited to that list. And so I believe it's the 574 feet from the church with the playground attached is the issue.
Okay. I'm looking at the order now. Mr. Hoffpower, any strong feelings one way or the other?
Judge, we'll leave it to discretion of the court. I understand what probation is worried about.
Sure.
I set them up to fail. I do understand that's unique with parole and probation, two different entities, but
Well, and the
I don't want to
offenses
violate it.
were possession of child pornography.
correct.
There weren't any allegations of
There were 10,
assaults or anything like that?
Correct.
Okay.
just 10 charges of possession. And 5, we put 5, got penitentiary and 5 with probation.
Right. Is there a GPS at this point?
No,
He hasn't had his initial, actually, the assignment is tomorrow. He just did intake and correct me if I'm
Sure.
wrong. He just did
No, and I appreciate being proactive, and that is good. We don't want to be in here the first month because there's a violation, which technically that would be a violation. There's no doubt that it's not vague. That would for sure be a
No,
violation.
in my reading too on the geography of this thing, Reg, is that if Adam were to make, I'm going to call it a left turn if I've got the map correct in my head. If he were even to turn incorrectly down the main street where this house is, that would be a parole violation. So our position is that parole's assessment here, and I know the numbers are what they are, but that it covers both issues. So it's not like there's some kind of leeway to go even closer to that facility. He isn't going that way. He cannot, or he's in violation of what's been set up for with parole.
Judge, Ms. Roach says if he lived there when he sentenced him, he's grandfathered.
He's not, though. They specifically moved to
Okay,
Meg, thank you, though.
yes.
Miss Roach is watching to make sure, because if you were living somewhere already, there's kind of a grandfathered in, but they specifically moved to try to make it better, and,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Well, here's what what I'll do. I will allow a modification of number 33. But I want it to somehow, some type of addendum or attachment that's very specific, because this isn't going to be a exception for all, only for this specific. So I will need probably the address of that church, so that in the orders, it says that you can be within 574 feet of that specific place. 33 stays the same for everywhere else. So it can be 33 can read like it does, and then you can add with the exception of that one place. Also, at least for, I would say, 6 months or so, or depending on how probation feels once he gets going, and if he's following all the rules and treatment and things like that with the LSOTP and all of that stuff, then I want a GPS monitoring device on at least for a minimum of 6 months to make sure that the rules are being followed, that he's going the right way, and there's not any issues. And that way, once we're all more comfortable with how things are going now that he's out of prison, then I'm okay with getting rid of that once you're okay with that, if he's following through with treatment and everything like that. Make sense? Okay?
Just one question. I think there's not school.
It's not the school issue, it's just the church.
The church. Yeah, the church with the, so I want that, that's the only exception, and the exception is the 574. So like you said, turn the other way, don't get any closer than what you're saying. That way there won't be an issue with it being any closer than what you're saying at any times that it would show up on that GPS. Make sense? Okay?
Yes.
All right, thanks. Y'all are free to go. No, ma'am.
Take care of that.
It's a mess.
It was.
I tried.
It was pretty convoluted.
All right, you're Carly Davis and Carly Hoosier, and this is 24 DCCR 1385 and 25 DCCR 1237. And so their state has, we were going to be here on reviewing bond conditions, correct? And then the state has filed a motion to increase the bond.
It's just,
And is that in both of the cases or just that
in
one?
both cases, Judge.
Let me pull this up. I know I took a look at it last week, but.
This one's charged.
And so we've got both of these cases are driving while intoxicated, third or more. The first offense date is from May 6th of 2023. The second from February 10th of 2025. Give me just a second here. No, it's working. It's just working slow. So I've got some history with regard to prescriptions. Some of it's obviously very hard to read, but it looks like prescriptions for alprazolam and something called D-amphetamine. Okay. Can't tell the date. One of them specifically says no refills. I can't read the dates on these.
We can get better photos, Judge. She had had that prescription for,
All right, it shows it expires October of this October 31st for the,
Judge, I had a number of questions about those photos myself. I mean, I'm not necessarily, well, I guess I am questioning the validity. This doctor that allegedly prescribed it, this Rajan Desai, there's either an Austin address or a Millburn, Texas address for this doctor. When I looked him up through the Texas Medical Board, and I'm just a little curious about.
so where do you go to the doctor? Where's this doctor from?
From Beaumont, and I do a telemed every month, except every 3 months, I go to his office now. I have an appointment today now.
Today?
Yes, ma'am.
Where specifically?
Telemed today.
Oh,
Yes,
well, here's what I think I'm going to do based on the nature of what these medications are and the history. Well, are you still, are you driving? Okay, I don't know if I already did, but a condition of your bond is going to be, as of today, that you are not allowed to drive any vehicle ever, period. Okay, so if you're caught driving, obviously you'll be right back in jail without, probably without a bond. Mr. Coleman, other than a no driving, is there any other?
No, Judge, I just would like to reiterate, and we put it in our motion, and it sounds like the court's read the motion, but, she's got 4 previous DWIs, Judge, and in addition, she picked up this latest DWI while out on bond for a DWI.
Right.
Judge. And that along with the positive drug test, I think the public safety, the community safety demands some additional assurances.
And Judge, our argument would be that the DWI itself is for the medications. She's been on these medications for,
Well, it doesn't matter if you're on medication and you're
Right.
taking too much medication, then that's a problem.
sure.
So you can be on these medications and not be,
Also, the failure of the drug test was for these medications.
right, I understand that. My biggest concern is the fact that if the medications are not being taken properly or too much of the medications, then that's a larger concern with the safety, and I completely understand and agree with Mr. Coleman on that. How'd you get here today? Here's what I want you to do, what I'm going to order you to do. I'm going to order that at your appointment, I'm requiring you to find out and with your doctor, get a prescription for something that is non-narcotic. So something that is not going to cause these issues if in fact our concern is that you are misusing or overusing these medications, then there's other medications that you can take. You need to talk to him today. I want you on your way to be off of both of these medications and on something that would not lead to the issues that you're having. Does that make sense? You need to get that information from him, find out what he can prescribe. I want those to Ms. DeLage, and I want her to get those to me. That is a condition of your bond at this point. If you don't do that today at that appointment and get that information to her, then I'm going to, what I'll do today is not rule on Mr. Coleman's motion. So that motion to raise your bond is still out there. And if you don't get this information and you don't get this done today, then your bond will likely be raised and you'll be in jail. Do you understand? All right.
My only question is, the medication to get off of it abruptly can cause.
I understand that. I'm not saying you have to get off of it abruptly. I'm saying I want the plan and how you're going to do it, what it's going to be reduced to, what it's going to take its place, whatever it is. I want that. You need to tell him that you have been ordered to get off the medications, but obviously that needs to be done in a medical way, but I want whatever that plan is and how you're going to do that, and I want that to Ms. DeLay so she can get it to me tomorrow. Okay? All right, y'all are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Be like a blind man here shortly.
All right, so you're James Lofton?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Lofton was previously in court. Now, the misdemeanor is something that, remind me, why do I have that
He
on?
was supposed to have pled to his misdemeanor several resets
Right.
ago each time prior to coming down here because
It's on.
our plan is to have him per the, we had talked about
To extend
ISF,
probation and ISF.
But now it's for safety if the court considers based on this update PSI, but obviously we can't do that until he pleads to the misdemeanor.
Well, I can do that today and he can go into custody and y'all
That's-
can go
that's what I
take
was
care
just-
of it.
That's what I was just gonna.
Because he'll
say.
sit in custody until he goes and
Correct,
takes
that's-
care of that other case, because he won't go.
correct.
All right. So in cause number 16-24485, first year James Lofton. Mr. Lofton was previously in court, and that is a motion to revoke probation. On probation for the third-degree felony of assault, family violence. It was a 5-year deferred at one point, and then in February of 2020, that probation was revoked and given a 10-year term that was probated for 5 years, so went to a straight probation, placed on high medium caseload and zero tolerance. I've received the updated pre-sentence report also. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, ma'am.
I have your own.
Any additions or corrections to that?
No, ma'am, the only thing I would say is since PSI is that we have, this last week, we have gone and taken a drug test of Beaumont Occupational, and my client has, is that, and I have those drug test results at the court would entertain.
I don't, that's not going to change
Okay. fair
what I
enough,
do.
fair
Based
enough,
on the nature of that examination and the substance abuse evaluation, I'm going to follow those. I appreciate that he stayed clean for some amount of time.
Yes, ma'am.
But if I'm going to follow after what I just said with regard to the
Yes, ma'am.
nature of where we've gone on this, he, looks like there's a new misdemeanor, driving while intoxicated second, and that was from December of 2023. We're just finally getting here, so I'm going to do what's necessary, I think, if I'm going to leave him on probation to keep everybody safe.
Like I said earlier, Judge, Mr. Barrington and I had previously discussed after we both reviewed the PSI that safety may very well be
Yeah.
in the best interest.
That's what it appears from that evaluation, and so I mean, I rely on them and their
Yes.
evaluation to
Yes,
say
ma'am.
what's best and do, and they're talking about the not just the regular safe P, but special needs safe P, so that it covers everything from mental health to drug treatment to everything else that would be necessary, hopefully, for Mr. Lofton to finally be able to complete this probation. In addition, it will be, I will have to, and not just have to, but I will need to extend and plan on extending that probation period as well, because it's up either already or this year, and it's only pending because of the motion. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So anything else with regard to that updated report or with me going forward with sentencing?
No, ma'am, other than the fact that he is working, I have his employer here, if you'd like to hear from them. We would ask that, the recommendation initially was ISF, and we would ask the court to consider ISF and sentencing instead, because he has been working with stable employment with his employer for more than a year and a half now, has had stable housing as far as that goes, and so we feel like that him going to SAP would cause, financially devastating for him. And so we would ask that he be allowed to go to ISF and then have more strict monitoring on weekly reporting and weekly drug tests with zero reporting.
Ms. Malfino?
I defer to the court's discretion there, but just my review of the PSI, I think safety is probably convenient.
And so with regard to Ms. Jefferson, you initially also agreed that ISF with being on the high-risk caseload after would be appropriate. Is that your, what are your thoughts?
Yes, that was my initial recommendation. But I also included that I don't know much about his case because he had absconded for, I believe, over 2 years.
2 years. looks like there was a tested positive for methamphetamine August 14th, last month, denied using it, but stated he had used a month ago, but tested positive for it. So I'm trying to see what specifically, why special needs?
I don't believe there was any sort of psychiatric.
I didn't see that either, so I'm not real sure.
That was kind of what, the only question I had about it was.
I don't think we need-
Special needs is generally
It is, if there's
more
some
of a
type,
psychological type situation.
we don't have that, so
No, we
it's just
don't.
regular. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Mr. Lofton, I am going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 and 2 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation. However, I am going to continue you on probation. I'm going to extend your probation period for 3 years. I'm going to order as a condition of your probation that you enter and successfully complete the SafeP program, not the special needs, but the regular SafeP program. And that you'll be on the high medium caseload when you get out. You'll be required to do aftercare. I don't know how to stress strongly enough that this is your last chance. You will not, if you are back in here, I'm going to look at this paper and I'm going to wonder what I did and why. So you will be required to have a drug patch on at all times when you get out. If there's one positive, you're back in here and looking at that 10-year term. You've already agreed to 10 years, no negotiations, no whatever. This is it. You violate, you're getting the 10 years that you agreed to way back when. Do you understand? Yes.
Judge, the only question I have is, I think he was put on probation in 2016, wasn't he? Is that, can we extend for 3 years?
Well, he was put on a deferred in 2016,
Okay.
and then he was revoked and given a straight probation in
Okay.
2020. So actually, I could extend him for 5 more years
Got it.
instead of just 3.
Got it. Fair enough, Your Honor. Thank you.
I'm going to hand you the trial court certification. I need y'all's signature on that, showing that this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You'll go into custody. Obviously, Mr. Barrington will get it set up as quickly as possible for you to go take care of that other case down the hall in misdemeanor court, because until that's taken care of, you will not be able to go to SafeP. So y'all need to get that taken care of as quickly as you can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for being here. Thank y'all.
May we step over here, Your Honor?
Y'all just sign it real quick right here and they'll take them back. Thanks, Mr. Barrington.
Where's the sign on this? Just right here where it says defendant?
Mm-hmm. Here, I'll give you the, hold on a sec. Good morning. You're Bernasha Gloston? And were you able to get someone hired?
Yeah.
Were you able to get a lawyer hired?
I talked to 3 lawyers, like you said. I talked to Lori Perezzo, her assistant Catherine. She said 5,000 through 7,000 was late. I talked to Brittany Holmes, her, like that's the
Mm-hmm.
She said 3,000 to 5,000, and Dustin Garner is the one I'm considering going with. I talked to him through his main cell phone, and he said his prices was 8,500 to 3,500.
Okay. So how long do you think, do you have the money to try to get him hired?
Me and him discussed the case already. I talked to my uncle, which is the one who helps me pay.
Mm-hmm.
He said that I can, get to, I can go for him if that's what I want, because the man, everything he says sounds convincing.
Sure. So if I reset your case one more time, you think y'all will be able to get Mr. Galmore hired?
Yes, ma'am. If not, then I'll have to get a court appointment.
Sure. And so, you did everything. If you think you can afford him, I'll give you about 30 days or so to see if y'all can get that worked out. If not, when you come back, remind me of what you've done and also talk to some others and bring me those names because there may be some others that, go ahead.
This is one of the most critical moments in the hearing because a judge is no longer simply discussing treatment or supervision. She's drawing a hard line after reviewing the defendant's history, failed compliance issues, substance abuse concerns, and a new DWI allegation. The court decides to continue probation instead of imposing the original prison sentence. But listen carefully to the conditions attached to that decision. Mandatory treatment, extended probation, drug monitoring, strict supervision, and a direct warning that any future violation will trigger the full 10-year sentence already agreed to by the defendant. Legally, this matters because probation is being preserved only under extremely controlled circumstances. Emotionally, you can hear the judge's frustration and concern about community safety at the same time. And here's the question. When someone repeatedly struggles with compliance, should courts continue offering rehabilitation opportunities? Or does there come a point where...
Go ahead.
Sometimes I be a little busy, because I called several ones before that, like,
They are.
Lori Perezzo, she was busy today, because I think she was in court all day for criminal days.
You just have to keep trying them, but if you get him hired, bring the reset notice to him. If it's not going to work with him, talk to a few others, bring me those names, and then when you come back, we'll talk about a court appointed if that's not going to work out, okay?
Yes.
All right, step in front of the clerk, she'll give you a reset notice. Kelby Blanchett, good, are you Kelby Blanchett?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Blanchett, did you get someone hired?
Yes, ma'am.
Who'd you hire?
All right, Kendall.
Is he going to be here this morning?
No, ma'am.
Did you pay him money?
Yes, ma'am. He gave me a receipt. I don't think he's gonna get it, but he gave me a receipt.
Huh? He is. So do you still owe him some money? Is that, when are you gonna get that paid?
Friday, next Friday.
Okay. So did he say he would, I'm thinking you probably need to get him paid off and then he'll send us the paperwork.
And I own like $200.
Right. So what I'm gonna do is reset your case one more time. That'll give you time to get him all paid off and then he can file the paperwork and then that should take care of it, okay? Make sure you get that done and get a receipt and bring it with you next time, okay?
Can I have excuse for work?
Yes, sir. Ask the clerk. Good morning. Are you Kevin Calise? And Mr. Calise, this is your initial appearance in cause number 24, DCCR 1948. You're charged with theft of property from July 1st of 2024. Since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer? Did you get someone hired already?
I've talked to somebody, but I'm willing to get somebody hired.
So what I'll do is reset your case about 30 days to give you some time to try to hire somebody. If you get someone hired before that next court date, just bring the reset notice that you get today to that lawyer and they'll tell you what to do. If you're unable to hire someone before the next court date, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 lawyers. They all charge different amounts, they have different payment plans. Bring me back the names of who you've talked to so I know you're trying and then we'll discuss your options. If you don't do that, then when you come back, you run the risk of me raising your bond for not following that court order and you would go back to jail. Do you understand? All right, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you your reset notice. Diamond James. Good morning, ma'am. You're Diamond James. And did you get someone hired? Speak up, please.
No, ma'am.
Who'd you talk to?
I spoke with Kyle Walker, he said 7,500, but no payment plans on the down payment.
Okay.
I spoke with, is James R. Macon, they said 7,500 as well. I spoke with Franklin and Associates, 10,000, the minimum is 7,500. 500 every 2 weeks, but the way the work has been going, the hours have not been 8 hours a day, so.
Right. So thank you for doing what I asked you. I'm going to let you fill out some paperwork this morning to see if you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. You need to fill it out accurately and completely because you're going to swear under oath that it's all true and correct. So put whatever your bills are, whatever your income is, and then I'll take a look at it. If you step in front of the clerk, she'll give you that those instructions. Kingston Walker. I was about to say that's been 35 minutes. Good morning. You're Kingston Walker. And Mr. Walker, you were previously here and given some time to hire a lawyer. Did you get someone hired?
I spoke to multiple lawyers and I chose a lawyer, but I just need time to forward the payment.
Who'd you talk to?
Burbanks.
Okay, and you're planning on hiring Mr. Burbank?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so, and you're working?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what I'll do is reset your case about 30 days to give you some time to see if you can get him hired. If you do, just bring that reset notice that you get today to him in his office and they'll tell you what to do. If for some reason it's not going to work out with Mr. Burbank, then I'm ordering you to visit with at least 3 others. See if one of those works out. If fine, great. If not, bring me those names so I know you're trying, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, step in front of the clerk. She'll give you that reset notice. Good morning. You're Tyron Williams? And Mr. Williams, did you get someone hired?
Benjamin Jeffries, but I'm still trying to get the money together.
Okay, so you're planning on hiring Mr. Jeffries. Have you made any payments yet or not?
He want half of it before he start doing it.
Okay, so what I'll do is reset your case about 30 days. Your case is getting old. It's indicted some time ago and the offense date was obviously early last year. So you need to try to get him hired if you can before that next court date.
Okay.
If it's not going to work for some reason with Mr. Jeffries, make sure you talk to at least 3 other attorneys. And if you can't hire any of those, bring me those names so I know you're trying and we'll discuss your options. Okay, step in front of the clerk and if you'll put Jeffries on there as well, please. Thanks. Good morning. Are you Christian Ainsworth? And Mr. Ainsworth, did you get someone hired?
I did.
Speak up.
No, ma'am, but I did talk to 3 attorneys.
Who'd you talk to?
The law office of James, Macon, Attorney Williams, Marcus Wilkerson, and the law office of Brittany.
Okay, and where are you on being able to get someone hired?
It's not looking likely, but I mean.
Are you working?
Yes, ma'am, I am working.
Okay, where do you work?
Raising Cane's.
Okay. Full-time?
Part-time.
All right. What do you do the other part-time?
I was in school, just, right now I'm in school.
You're not in school? Sounds like you need to go get another part-time if you're not in school,
This one.
right?
This one.
I mean, it'd be great if you were in school.
It would. I was thinking about going back this semester, but my mind hasn't been in the right spot.
Okay. Obviously, you know that that'll help you and get your mind in the right spot if you're all that extra time you have is doing nothing to get your mind in a better place, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to reset your case one more time. See if you can save. Listen.
I feel like, can I say something?
What?
I just feel like my life on hold with this case. Like, it's been getting reset. Like, and I just.
You want to know why it's getting reset?
Because you give me time to find a lawyer.
Right. Go get another job. If you're working part-time, you have time to get another job.
It's not that.
And if you're working 2 jobs and you still can't afford one, I'll give you a court-appointed attorney. But I'm not just going to hand it to you because you're hanging out for 3/4 of the day and working part-time at Raising Cane's.
I work every day. I just don't work. That's fine. No excuses.
No excuses. Bring me do 2 things for me. Number 1, try to get more hours there. Bring me a pay stub to show me what you're doing when you come back. Talk to some other attorneys just to see what they charge so you have some options. And see if there's something else out there and tell me where you've applied for some other jobs, all right? Show me that you're trying harder and then I'll help you. Does that make sense? Step in front of the clerk. She'll give you a reset notice. Good morning, ma'am. You're Krishara Bennett? Miss Bennett, did you get someone hired? Who'd you talk to?
Carl Walker, Thomas Burbank.
Okay. And tell me where you are on being able to get somebody hired.
I'm not able to meet the requirements of the payments that they're asking for.
Right.
I do work, but I don't get paid.
Where do you work?
Village Trust for the VA.
Okay. So what I'll do, Ms. Bennett, is have you fill out some paperwork this morning to see if you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. Make sure you fill it out accurately and completely, whatever your income is, whatever your bills are, and then I'll take a look at it. You're going to swear under oath that it's all true and correct, all right? So if you'll step in front of the clerk, she'll give you that paperwork. Marquise Berry. Good morning, you're Marquise Berry. And this is your initial appearance in cause number 25, DCCR 0882. You're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon from April 20th of 2025. Since you made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer? Are you working?
Oh, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm 7 years free.
Did you bring any documents that show you're on bed rest?
Oh, I don't know. I need to do this.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, Miss Berry, is I'm going to reset your case for about 2 weeks. You need to bring me some documentation from your doctor that says that you're unable to work right now, okay? And then we'll discuss what your options are. Make sure you bring me back that documentation. Are we here next week? Next week's a normal week. I'm gonna reset it 1 week. Get that documentation and bring it back next week. Step in front of the clerk, she'll give you a reset notice. And if you'll make that notation as well. Thanks. Good morning, sir. You're David Calderon? And Mr. Calderon, this is your initial appearance in cause number 24, DCCR 1428. You're charged with the state jail felony offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle from May 20th of 2024. And since you've made bond in your case, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
No, ma'am, I haven't had the opportunity. I've actually been working on getting my civics taken care of. And I brought some documentation here to show that.
To get your what taken
My
care of?
civics taken care of as far as like transportation, a job, shelter.
Okay.
Basics. I'm just coming, it's probably been like a month or so since I've been out. Probably like a month and a half.
Since you got out of jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what I do, Mr. Calderon, is I'm going to reset your case about 30 days to give you some time to do a couple things. One, if you don't have a job, try to get a job, obviously, but also try to at least talk to some attorneys to see what their prices are. They all charge different amounts. They have different payment plans. I want you to talk to at least 3 lawyers. I also want you to bring me proof of jobs that you have applied to and things like that. Let's see where you are in 30 days. If you follow all those instructions, bring me the information about where you've applied for jobs, if you've gotten a job, who you've talked to, then we'll discuss whether or not I'll let you fill out the paperwork for a court-appointed lawyer, okay?
I was gonna say, ma'am, I have a paper here, so I just got hired last week at a job. But I also brought some documentation showing my financial status right now and what it is that I'm responsible for.
Bring all that back next time, but I'm, at least when you bond out, I want you to at least try to hire a lawyer, okay? If you haven't talked to them, you don't know how much they charge and what your options are, so I want to make sure you do all of that, then we'll discuss your options. Bring all of that also back next time as well, okay?
Can I get a little bit more than a month?
Not everybody gets 30 days. Just show me what you've done in 30 days, and then if you need more time after that, if you've done what I asked, then we'll do that.
Yes, ma'am.
But I just do 30 days to make sure everybody keeps doing what they need to, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Step in front of the clerk, she'll give you that reset notice. Derek Mouton, good morning, you're Derek Mouton?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Mouton, were you able to get someone hired?
No, ma'am, at the moment, I have spoken to somebody about, I'm gonna say, the next 2 weeks, I have somebody out.
Who's that?
Miss Brittany.
Miss, you're planning on hiring Miss Holmes, and you can do that within a couple weeks?
Yes, ma'am, I should be able to do it.
So I'm gonna reset your case one more time, a normal reset. That gives you 30 days to get her hired. If you get her hired before then, just bring this reset notice to her so she knows that court date and she'll let you know what to do.
Yes, ma'am.
If it's not gonna work out with her, then you need to talk to at least 3 other attorneys and bring me those names when you come back. Okay? Step in front of the clerk. Thank you.
Thank you.
Darius Sparks. Good morning, you're Darius Sparks. Mr. Sparks, did you get someone hired?
I'm talking with Dunham and Jones.
Who?
Dunham and Jones is a law firm.
Uh-huh.
They got a deposit of $750, so I'm setting up.
Okay, and you're working still?
Yeah, we'll get to this.
Okay. And do you know the name of the attorney there that you're talking to?
No, ma'am, it's a widespread piece of that.
Okay. So if you just put Dunham and Jones down, that's who he's, I'm gonna reset your case about 30 days to give you some time to get them hired. If you do, make sure you bring that reset notice to them and they'll tell you what to do. If that's not gonna work out with them for some reason, you can't get them hired, you need to talk to at least 3 others and bring me those names. Okay? Step in front of the clerk, she'll give you a reset notice.
Because our intention is the court would allow us to have her enter the plea, do a PSI, to kind of see where she is now. This was a case we brought over from CDC and then decide what is best on the motion. Either to dismiss
The
it
burglary
or
of a hab is the MTRP?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, for some reason that's it. Before we go any further, I've got a note to remind myself, I have a seat in the jury box, I'm gonna get a drug test first. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Morning, Mr. Coleman. Good morning, sir. You're Zachary Turner. And this is 24 DCCR 2197. Mr. Turner's charged with fraudulent use or possession of identifying information. And what is the announcement?
Your Honor, we're needing a reset. I've talked to the prosecutor and we're needing some more evidence.
There appears to be maybe some videos that did not make it to our file.
Okay.
And thereby not turn it over to the defense counsel. And I'd like some time to run it in.
Sure. All right, so I'll just do a normal reset. Mr. Turner, make sure you stay in touch with Ms. Cawthon. Once she gets that information from Mr. Coleman, you guys can meet and go over it, and then we'll see if we can get an announcement at the next court date. All right, thank you. You're free to go. Thanks, Ms.
Thank you,
Cawthon.
Anna.
Let's see, is Mr. Cole here? Good morning. You're Richard Afongwaith, and Mr. Afongwaith's case is set for trial to begin with jury selection next Monday. Again, what is everyone's announcement?
Unfortunately, we had to file a motion for continuance. Mr. Floyd had to have a partial knee replacement last Wednesday. He's under doctor's orders not to sit or stand for prolonged periods of time. And so we had to file a motion to this. So I guess our announcement is not very much.
I got the message, Judge. I don't have an issue. I mean, I can't, he's got a medical issue.
Sure. Is there a timeline on that?
So in the next, I think he's got to follow up in 3 weeks, and then they'll reassess what he's allowed to do, right? Because like right now, he's still like at home.
Sure.
So,
Okay, so I'm going to reset the case to the next trial docket to give them plenty of time. Obviously, you guys know this was going to be the number one probably. It's really going to be up there next time. So as far as age goes, I'm going to set it, and if I need to protect everybody, I can do protection orders from other
This
courts.
courtroom session covered far more than routine scheduling hearings. Across multiple defendants, the judge repeatedly focused on accountability, effort, compliance, and public safety. Some individuals were given additional time to hire attorneys or prove they were actively trying to improve their situations. Others faced strict probation conditions, mandatory treatment programs, GPS monitoring, drug testing, or warnings that future violations could immediately lead to prison time. One of the clearest themes throughout the hearing was that judges closely evaluate behavior outside the courtroom, including employment efforts, probation compliance, jail conduct, treatment participation, and honesty with the court. For several defendants, the judge made it clear that second chances still existed, but only if they showed genuine responsibility moving forward. And in the more serious cases involving intoxication offenses, violent allegations, or repeat violations, the courtroom atmosphere shifted
Orders
quickly.
from other courts if you need that as well, because it'll be time to get it way past time next time.
yes, Judge.
Tell him I hope he gets better, and we'll see y'all at the next trial docket.
Thank you, Judge.
You're free to go.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Judge.
Good morning, sir. You're Ray No.
Yes, ma'am.
And in cause number 25 DCCR 0386 and 0387, Mr. No is charged with intoxication manslaughter and the other driving while intoxicated with a child under 15. And what is the announcement?
We are ready to proceed to trial by jury, Your Honor.
Okay, have y'all done a rejection? So what I'll hold it while y'all do. On the tablet, there's a plea bargain rejection. If y'all will get that signed with whatever has been offered that you're rejecting, and then I'll go over consequences, options, all of that, and then we'll get it on the trial docket.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay.
Get that filed.
Yes, sir, thank you. I'll hold it while y'all get that taken care of.
Thank you.